Hi, Bob Tingelstad and Shane Brown again. This was the second part of the demo. After we talk about the peer group example, we wanted to then show an example for a specific construction company. So this is a nationwide construction company, but I am playing the role of a manager of the Colorado area. So I'm filtered on this dashboard in Colorado. Below you can see we're looking at Boulder, Colorado Springs, etc. And at first glance, this is updated weekly. And so I'm pulling this up for this week, and I'm just noticing a bad trend in Boulder, how the number of total hours per site are declining, while our overtime hours by site, again, this is the blue line, are increasing. That's usually not a trend that we want to see. And I want to dig into more detail to understand it. So I'm going to toggle over to my finance dashboard, and because I identified an issue in Boulder, I'm going to filter on that. Notice down here, our project status is overall, we have many more that are ahead of schedule than behind. But if I go and filter on Boulder, all of a sudden I see a lot of red. And it started to happen, it started to tick up in January. I have more than half my projects, 19 are behind schedule. Only 11 are on time. And over the past weeks, it's been improving a little bit, but that's still very bad. And we want to figure out what's going on. I'm going to go to some other departments. And, by the way, often with all of our clients, this information is coming from different systems, but this is allowing me to quickly understand it no matter what system it's coming from. So I'm looking at our human resources information, and our headcount, ironically, did take a dip in January. We can see our total number of employees went down by almost 100. Below, we have another visualization that shows the craft workers versus management. Management is the line graph. So we can see that management counts are a little bit lower, but not nearly percentage-wise is much lower as the craft workers. So that could explain why we're asking our craft workers to work overtime, because we don't have enough full-time employees, and we probably can't find enough contractors to fill in the gaps. But it still doesn't answer why we had that sudden drop. You can see over those trends that is not a normal trend for us. I'm going to go over to another department, safety and compliance. And my eyes are almost hurting looking at all that red. It just stands out down here. I see that back in January, we only did 50% of our safety walks, far lower than our goal. And ironically, that aligns with trends of incidents here. That's the black line. And in late January, we had a big spike in incidents. So now I know when I call the manager of our Boulder, of the city of Boulder for our company, I now know I'm going to ask them about, why weren't we doing those safety walks? What happened? It probably led to those incidents, but I can ask questions like that. And more importantly, because that's all historical, it's in the past, we'd like to learn from it, but also what are we doing to hire more people? And what do we need to do to expand that search and get people in here quickly to reverse that negative trend of so much overtime? It's just far too costly. So that's an example of what I might do as a construction company manager, different than what we were looking at earlier with peer groups and comparing just purely the financial metrics. Thank you for your time.